Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence, a space for like-minded and open-minded individuals seeking to better themselves in all facets of life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I am so happy to be with you today to do a collective reading. So get cozy, get something to drink. I have my cacao here. I've really been enjoying drinking cacao. I put rose powder in it and honey, and it's just so soothing, and I bless it. I say a prayer, and it's been such a beautiful ritual that I've started. I mean, I've been doing it for a few months, regularly at least now, and I just have really enjoyed it. So let me know if you enjoy cacao or what you have to drink, or if there's any rituals that you like that really kind of help you kind of get in touch with that spiritual creative flow. So, okay, I want to pull some cards here. I don't know where this reading is going to take us. I don't have anything specific today like that's coming through. So I'm going to let the tarot cards kind of take us to where the messages need to. And okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands here. And we've got the Six of Wands. So starting off with some pretty significant and positive fire energy. This could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, but I'm getting this aura of confidence and maybe this passion and inspired action, like being inspired to take bold action on something and having that courage. And I want to know more about this energy because with the Six of Wands, I'm almost picking up on some like career energy here where you're getting recognized or you're starting to kind of graduate into like higher levels. I mean, this could be an actual graduation, like maybe you've graduated recently, but maybe you've been promoted recently, or you're on the brink of a promotion or something really exciting, like an exciting payoff like that. But I'm definitely picking up on career vibes here. So this could also just be any type of independent, like creative hobby or creative project that you're coming to completion on, that you're going to be getting some kind of payoff or reward or recognition for. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles coming out too. So we got this in a few readings ago, I think, the Eight of Pentacles. And it was a really strong message about like honing in on your craft and really having that dedication and commitment to mastery of your skill set and learning. And so I'm getting a lot of like just really like vibrant leadership, hard work energy here. So I want to know like what else we can channel here. Okay, so we have the Star. So wow, this is just very positive energy here. So I just keep picking up on this career energy, but this could also very much be creative projects. If it's not your main career or your main source of money, but it's something that you're really passionate about. I'm just picking up that with the Star, like you just have like full blessings, like your angels have just completely blessed you with incoming abundance in this area of life. Like it's just like pure inspiration and success, and I'm just feeling like this sense of like good luck. Maybe you've had to heal a lot to get to this place and you are there. It's like I'm seeing like reaching the top of a hill or like a mountain that you've climbed, and just feeling like you've worked so hard to get here, and now you can just kind of soak it up and recognize how far you've come, and really embody this sense of self-worth as well as gratitude for your state of being at this time, and just complete open-heartedness to receiving from the universe in this way. So wow, that's very powerful. And we're also getting the Death card here. Wow. Okay, so not as scary as it's sometimes perceived. But with the Death card, I'm really getting that like you really overcame, like you have completely transformed as a person to get to this place. And I feel like this has been a long time coming. Like it's been a very long and I'm hearing dragged out, like maybe you feel like this was just a dragged out transformation. And so, as we're reaching the top of this mountain, you're just like, finally. But with this Death, like you're being reminded of the beauty of overcoming these old versions of yourself that were operating in lower frequencies, and recognizing that you are ending a phase and starting another. And it's not just as simple as that one pivotal moment of changing phases. It's also an accumulation of all of the work you've had to do in this old phase that has resulted in this brilliant and beautiful success. But being able to look back and have that gratitude and feeling that sense of pride, like, and not in an egoic way, but just being proud of yourself for how far you've come, and making space to really honor that and honor the work you've done, the inner work, the external work. And so with the Death, I just feel like you are ready. Like you are ready to let go this old chapter. You're ready to end this cycle, and you're ready to start this new phase. So again, whether it's a promotion or some kind of recognition, this Six of Wands is kind of like marking this new start to a chapter. I'm seeing literally like a new chapter being written, where like right as the chapter starts, it's like some beautiful gift or blessing from the universe. Again, whether it's promotion, whether it's some kind of, recognition or something to celebrate. Like this new chapter is starting off with just this beautiful, abundant energy. And we have the Ace of Cups. So not only is this isn't just as simple as a creative hobby or a career milestone or moment of success, but this is also something that's really emotionally meaningful and important to you. And I feel like with the Ace of Cups, like this isn't just, like I said, this isn't just like checking off a box on your journey. Like this is something that's bringing you deep emotional fulfillment. And I'm also getting that like there could be some like friendships or relationships being like on that emotional level being formed, maybe as a result or like in this environment. I want to see if we can channel anything more on this. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Okay, really interesting. So with the Two of Pentacles, I'm getting this sense, because I was just kind of channeling into this relationship or friendship energy, and then we got the Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, which is saying, but it's interesting that I accidentally said Two of Cups. So I also wonder if there's a message in that. But maybe like with the Two of Pentacles being typically related to material or financial, I wonder if there was some kind of juggling of maybe the work-life balance of like your relationships and your work. I'm getting a couple scenarios. One is maybe you had to sacrifice your relationships in order to fuel your career or creative projects that you're now getting this recognition for. And I'm hearing like now that you are reaching this place in life where you feel like you've achieved the milestone, you are opening yourself up to balancing that with your relationships. Potentially for the first time. You may have been for a very long time, like when we tapped into that Death card, we were talking about how this was potentially a very dragged out long journey. And so it may be a very long time now that you've been focusing on career or focusing on your projects at the expense of important friendships or relationships, whether platonic or romantic. And so there's this shift with the Two of Pentacles where like I said, potentially for the first time ever, you're learning what it would be like to balance those two aspects. The other scenario I'm getting is like there were potentially some friendships or romantic relationships formed in your career setting or in your environment of doing your creative projects, and now now that the project is done, you're trying to understand where these friendships, like you're trying to define these friendships, like if we don't have a project to work on together, like what is this friendship going to look like? And I'm feeling really strongly that like this friendship means a lot to you, or this relationship means a lot to you, but maybe you're not sure like what the future holds. And so with the Eight of Cups, this is really interesting because I pulled this also in another reading recently. And we also have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. And the Three of Cups. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm really getting that like, I want to get more clarity on the Eight of Cups, but I'm feeling like there's this energy with the Knight of Pentacles of feeling like you really want to commit more towards meaningful friendships. Like you may, whether this is related to, like I said, the earlier part of the reading about your career and your creative projects, or whether this is just like a fresh kind of part of the reading, you are really wanting to put effort into having meaningful relationships or meaningful community, whether it's friendship, romantic. You may have felt for a really long time that you haven't been able to attract the community that you truly want because you've kind of prioritized your energy elsewhere in life. And so with the Knight of Pentacles, like slowly but surely, you're kind of envisioning this life where you would have that. And I can't help but pick up on romantic energy here, especially with the Ten of Pentacles and just being able to, build that foundation. We've got the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles coming out in this second half of the reading here. And it's like I'm hearing like I've reached this career success, but what does it mean if I don't have anybody to share it with? So with this Knight of Pentacles, I'm getting this really hardworking energy, but with the Two of Pentacles right before it, as well as the Eight of Cups, which I'm going to clarify in a second, but I'm getting this kind of shift. Like, what do you want to be expending your energy towards? Like, what do you want to be prioritizing in life? And with the Two of Pentacles following the Ace of Cups, I'm really feeling like this is some aspect of balance that you are seeking or trying to learn how to achieve in life. And because the Ace of Cups is very much related to emotional fulfillment, and whether it's relationships that are like platonic friendships or romantic, I'm feeling like there's some duality between those worlds that you're trying to merge together. And yeah, the Knight of Pentacles followed by the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting that there's this concept of like wanting that generational wealth for your family. And so you may have had this history of just prioritizing career or prioritizing projects, and now you're starting to recognize that it needs to be balanced with relationships and connection so that you can bring them together and actually have an embodiment of that Ten of Pentacles. And then with the Three of Cups, like you're seeking that celebration, not just that Six of Wands, which is very much like what we started the reading with, that promotion. It's like it's a gift, a blessing from the universe, but it's very much like recognition of your hard work. Whereas with the Three of Cups, we also have that celebratory energy, but it's coming through in a much more emotional and sentimental way, whether it's with friends or family or a lover or loved ones, right? Like the Three of Cups energy has a much more emotional undertone. Of course, it's a water sign. But I want to clarify the Eight of Cups because I'm feeling like there's kind of this air about you where you're, with both the Eight of Cups and the Death, which kind of both deal with moving on from something from the past. I want to clarify this more. So, okay, we have the Ten of Swords, the Chariot, and the Lovers. So, yeah, I'm wondering if there's this past relationship maybe that you are feeling like it's over, or it needs to be over, or that you're recognizing that it's holding you back. And it's, with the Death and the Ten of Swords both here, this is very much like an ending, right? And so this could literally be a relationship or a friendship, or this could be some kind of representation of like a symbol or a metaphor for the past version of yourself, or the past life, the past timeline that you're now switching to a new one from. And so also with the Chariot and the Lovers, both of these cards deal with that duality. With the Chariot, it's like this push and pull, and there's a sense of willpower and determination with the Chariot and being able to overcome obstacles. So I'm definitely picking up on, with this Eight of Cups energy, it's not all dark and somber. It's also like, okay, like I am empowered to change my life. I'm determined and I am confident that I can make this change. Like that's what I'm getting from the Chariot energy. But it's very much like taking reins of the situation, right? Like literally being pulled in two different ways, having conflicting or opposing forces that, from your past timeline to this new timeline that you're moving between. And the Eight of Cups is like, it's time to move on from that past timeline. And it's not going to be easy, but you do have that strength that the Chariot brings, as well as with the Lovers, which is very much about making a decision, choosing. When you choose one thing, you don't choose another thing, right? And so there's this concept of, whether this is about a specific person, of is this person going to fit into my new timeline with me, or is it over? Or whether this is about just energetically like, okay, what is the last steps that I need to take to finally cross over from this old timeline where, career and career recognition and apprenticeship and skill learning was my top priority in life. And now I want to transmute that into, or balance it. It doesn't have to be a full, shift of priorities, but to kind of balance it, right? If you're giving 100% towards career and now you want to give 50-50 towards career and, your relationships, because with the Ace of Cups, I'm just feeling really strongly, as well as with the Three of Cups, this desire for emotional fulfillment. And with the Ten of Pentacles, even though it's a pentacle sign, like an earth, material, financial sign, like it very much implies generational wealth and family wealth, right? Like being able to pass down your legacy to your family. And so there's still implications in the pentacle card, in the pentacle suit with the Ten of Pentacles. There's still an implication that there's family, right? And we don't get to that place of family unless we've, made decisions and gotten clear on what we want out of our life in terms of our relationships. So is there anything else I can channel here? The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm feeling like you have really excelled. And the Seven of Pentacles, wow, okay. More duality, right? Like more decision making. I'm feeling like you are just like in a big pivotal moment in your life where we have both the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, both which deal with kind of making a decision. And, like I was saying, what I was saying with the Queen of Pentacles is that you are just like this empowered, you've gotten this career recognition, you've gotten financial stability, and whoever this reading is for, it's very much like, okay, I'm ready for what's next. And we've got the Knight of Cups. So it's really like ready to begin to kind of divert your energy and split it and balance it between, that career and financial and material success with more romance, art, emotional fulfillment. And so you're really getting in touch with your creative inspiration, which really brings us back full circle to the first card we got, which was the Queen of Wands. So we got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles both in this reading. So very much like stable, but also creatively passionate, divine feminine energy. So let me see if there's anything else I can pull. The Two of Cups. Okay. Yeah. So I'm feeling like you're very much heading in this direction of love and a relationship, if not a very meaningful friendship, take it as it resonates. But with the Two of Cups, I feel like this is a beautiful place to kind of close this reading, because we've really brought it through this whole journey of, this long-winded transformational cycle coming to an end, and Spirit is asking you to have that awareness of what in life you want to let go of. Because it's like, if you want to have new furniture, you have to take out the furniture that you have, otherwise there's no room for it, right? So Spirit is, through this reading, asking you to consider what in your life you want to let in, and what you're going to kind of let go of in your life in order to make that happen, right? You can't give 100% to work and also 100% to a relationship, right? The energy is going to have to be balanced and potentially delegated in a different way than it ever has been, or redirected, right, between so that it can be split between the two, or diverted however it needs to be to get the fulfillment that you're looking for. So Spirit is asking you to really think hard about what you want in life and what you need to let go of in order to get there. So I want to pull some oracle cards. I know we pulled so many cards in this reading. I feel like the information was just flowing out. So I hope that you got something out of this reading. Let me know in the comments what resonated, and I'd love to have you subscribe if you want to hear more of these channeled messages. So we've got empowerment. Yeah, I feel like this is so fitting. Like, this is what we've been talking about. Just tuning into, that inner knowing, and having that empowerment to be receptive to guidance wherever it comes. Because empowerment isn't just about taking action. It's about also receiving guidance, being open to receiving that guidance so that you then can take that action. So by being receptive, you're able to make those decisions, right? So when you take that time to think about, what you want out of life, and your soul is speaking to you, you'll need to be alert and open to that guidance, and receiving the guidance that's aligned with you, and not just like external pressures or distractions that may be pointing you one way or another, is like a message that's coming through right now. Because there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of influences that can play a role or be a factor in your decision. And so the message here is to really have that empowerment of knowing what's for you and what is not for you. And then pursuing those, once you've received those signs and those messages, pursuing them with determination from that empowered state. So, wow, I feel like that's a beautiful place to close this reading. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.